When you get, give. When you learn, teach. These are lessons to live by.
Wasn't eating whole meals, and I was like, once I realized and I could see myself losing the weight, I was like, okay, this is getting ridiculous. I have to start eating, because what am I gonna do? Like, just starve for an entire year? No. So I have to eat something, and I'm finding more things now, and so I'm happy about that. Another thing that I realized is that there's like this cultural weird thing here where like guys literally just take their bellies out. Like they'll just walk around with their shirt up after they eat. Like they'll go eat at a restaurant or even at home, and then they just go for a walk with their shirt up. And I'm just like, what is this, sir? Can you put your belly away, please? We don't want to see that. But it's just something they do here, I guess. The next thing I noticed was something that I noticed as soon as I got off the plane. As soon as I got off the plane. Actually, both of these things were two things that I noticed as soon as I got off the plane. The first thing is that Chinese people are so loud. Like I told you guys in the beginning of the video, they are so loud. I never heard people in my life who just talk so loud for no reason. Like they literally will be yelling, and I'm just like, what are you yelling for? So when I got off the plane, I met, like as soon as I got off the plane, I met another one of the teachers who was coming here to work for the same company as me, and we were being picked up by the same driver. So we're walking, and he understands a little bit of Chinese. So also he's been here before. He came here before for 1 year, and then he went home, and then he came back with me this time. So I get off the plane, and there's this guy walking through the airport, and he's like shouting. And I'm like, whoa, who's he yelling at? Like, you know, I'm thinking a fight's about to break out or something. I'm like, oh no, I need to get away from this. I'm like, why is he yelling? And the guy that I was with was like, oh, it's just friendly conversation. I'm like, what do you mean friendly conversation? He's like, yeah, Chinese people here yell all the time. They yell, like you'll hear them walking down the street on the phone, and they'll literally be yelling into the phone. Like, why are you yelling and you're just having a conversation with your mom? I don't understand. The entire time I've been here, at least once a day, I hear someone walking down the street just yelling for no reason at all whatsoever. And it pisses me off because I get nervous every single time. I already have anxiety. I just get anxious when I hear loud noises. And then, oh my god! Okay, so did you guys hear about the story in Times Square where they were talking about like Americans have PTSD because whenever they hear something like super loud, they kind of just go running? It was so crazy because me and my coworkers were just having that conversation literally the day before that happened, because we were all walking down the street somewhere, right? All of us, we're all international teachers. Some of us were from America. The guy that I was telling you guys about was from Britain. I don't remember who else was with us, but we're all from different countries. So we're walking down the street, and this man yelled, like screams. I'm talking about like he screamed like he was in pain. So the American teachers, we all like, we're like looking around, we look for the man, and we see the man, and then we're like, and then we start looking for the danger. Automatically, we start looking for the danger, because we're like, okay, we gotta know which direction we're about to run in. So, come to find out, the guy was screaming for no reason. And we were like, me and my other coworker were so pissed. We're like, why is he screaming? That just pissed me off. Like, my heartbeat just sped up for no reason. And the guy who's from Britain was like, why did that make you guys so scared? Like, were you guys really that anxious? And we're like, we are from a country where mass shootings are a thing. Yes. You don't hear a scream like that and just chill. Like, no, we hear people screaming, we hear loud noises, we look for the danger so we know which way to run. But, yeah, and I was just like, that's sad. So, Chinese people piss me off when they scream like that. But on to the next point. So, the other thing that I noticed as soon as I got off the plane here is that Chinese people walk so slow. They never walk with a purpose. They never walk with intention, like they have somewhere to be, like other people have somewhere to be. There's freaking a million people on this street because Shanghai is a very busy place. Get out of the way and stop walking at 3 miles per hour. You guys, we had the first typhoon since I've been here this past weekend. We had a typhoon. I was coming home the night before the typhoon was supposed to officially start here, and it was already like starting to rain though. So I'm walking down the street on my way home, and this woman has her umbrella out. She has her umbrella out because it's raining, and she's still walking in the middle of the freaking sidewalk at 2 miles per hour. I'm like, ma'am, there's literally a storm on the way. What are you doing? Walk. Like, please walk. get out the way. You're getting rained on right now and you still are not walking like you have a place to be. You're still not walking with a purpose. I'm trying to get home. I don't know where you're trying to get, but I can just get out of my way. Okay? Walk. Okay, let me get back to this video because I believe I'm losing daylight and I'm too big for that. Whew, I'm tired. Too big. So my next tip was... Oh no, so the next thing that I noticed, these are kind of just cultural things. The first one is that tipping is disrespectful here, which it is in most countries outside of America because they pay their workers nice wages. They pay them livable wages, unlike waitresses in America. You have to tip them because they don't really make anything. Here, they get disrespected if you tip them because they're like, I make a living wage. I don't need a handout from you, which is also the case in a lot of other countries. Tipping culture doesn't really exist here. The next thing that I noticed that is also pretty cultural is that, like, using manners here is disrespectful once you become familiar with someone. So, saying things like please and thank you and just speaking in, like, a respectful tone or like really showing kind of any gratitude is like considered disrespectful with someone that you're familiar with. That is reserved for the workplace, strangers, people who don't know you, maybe waitresses at a restaurant, but like with friends and like co-workers or family here, they're like, don't say thank you, don't say please. Like to them, that's just it's something that they feel they should do as your friend or your family. They're like, you don't have to thank me for that. I'm your friend. I'm your family. Of course I was going to do it. Or like, almost like I had to do it. Which in essence to me makes sense after someone explained it to me that way. But I just think that being raised an American, I will always just value manners. I'm going to say please. I'm going to say thank you. And I don't mean it in a way to disrespect you. I just want you to know that I'm grateful. But yeah, they don't really do that here in China. Which also is the reason that when they learn English and they come to like America or another foreign country where English is the first language, they are not so courteous. Like they're almost kind of rude and harsh, and it's because in their language and their culture, that's not considered rude. It's just considered like, yeah, like that's just what we do. So they really have to be taught to like say please, say thank you, show gratitude, like understand that these people don't have to do things for you. They have to be taught those things. So after I learned that like it's almost disrespectful in their culture, I understood why it doesn't translate over to our culture when they're learning our culture. And the next cultural thing is that slurping is considered respectful, especially when you go to one of their restaurants and you are eating like some kind of noodle dish. Slurping is respectful to them. It shows that you think the meal tastes good. Basically, it just shows that the meal is delicious, so they kind of do want to hear you slurping, which honestly, once you're here for a while and you start like eating like those kind of dishes all the time, then you do feel less inclined to like be so polite about it because you're just like, I'm starving, this food is hitting, so like yeah, I'm about to, and that's honestly the only way for me to eat it is to slurp it up, so it works out. And finally, the last point that I have for you guys are that cell phones are life here. Like, they are life. Literally, everyone here carries around, like, a portable charger pack because your phone is bound to die sometime during the day because you use it for everything. So, everyone here, if you follow my Instagram, you know everyone here takes a train to get everywhere. It's cleaner, it's more efficient, it's faster than driving. So they have like their passes to get on the train on their phones. So anytime you're transporting, you're using your phone to get on the train, and then when they're on the train, they're using it for entertainment, for like watching videos or listening to music while they're moving throughout the day. Anytime they pay for anything here, they use WeChat or Alipay, which are both apps. Also, WeChat, that's a whole nother thing. I'll talk about that in a minute. But they use WeChat or Alipay, which are both apps on your phone. This pretty much, China is a cashless society. I mean, they still will take it at some like business places, but like most little shops, most little mom and pop storefront places will not take cash. They also don't really do cards because, like I said, they pay with their phone. I mean, the app on the phone is linked to your card, but like the physical card, it's rare that you'll actually use that here. So they use their phones for that. They use, okay, so WeChat. WeChat is an app that they use for everything, literally. WeChat is a texting and calling app, but they use it as like GroupMe in America, like where you make groups and you guys need to talk to each other. They do that for work. They do that for social groups. They do it for like anything. It's also like their social media. They can post pictures. They can post like, they're called moments here, but it's like almost like a status. They can pay with WeChat. They can order these things that are called like DiDis, but DiDis are really just Chinese Ubers. So they can order Ubers on WeChat. They literally can do everything on WeChat, which is so weird to me because in America, like in a business setting, your cell phone is like should not really be out at all. But like here at work or no matter where you are, it's completely acceptable to have your phone out because you use your phone for everything. And so they kind of like, cell phones are like a weird topic for me because I felt like, you know, like maybe I shouldn't have this out at work. Maybe I shouldn't be on it. Like, but I need to do things on it. But like they literally don't care here. You could be like in a business meeting and everyone is just on their phone because that's what they do. They use their phone for everything. So that was slightly a culture shock for me. I feel like I'll have to readjust when I get back to the States to not taking my phone out in certain settings, but it's fine. But yeah, so that's really how life has been here for me in the first month. I've seen and done so much, and there's still so much of Shanghai for me to see and experience, and I cannot wait to experience this beautiful city and also be able to travel outside of the city. Right now I am getting my visa transferred to a stay visa so that I can be here for a whole year. So I don't have my passport on me, but I will have my passport back in 2 weeks and I'll be able to travel. I'll try to do some trips. So because of the hours that I work, I can't do a whole lot of international trips, but I'll try to do some like trips to like other cities that are not super far from me on my days off, and I definitely will vlog those. I'll have those vlogs coming to you guys so that you can just see different parts of China. If you ever want to come visit, you know, you'll have those videos to look at. I will definitely give you guys tips about visiting and living here in China. I do have an international trip planned for October though. I'm not going to tell you guys to where right now. You'll have to keep watching to find out. But I do have a trip planned in October to a country that is not far from here. If you guys guess it, then I may just confirm it. But right now I'm not going to say where it is. But yeah. Y'all know how it go. I feel like the street is about to get a little bit louder, so I need to go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you so much for watching. If you are still here at this point in the video, leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought about the things that I have discovered since living here. What else you want to know. I promise I'm going to be uploading more consistently. And just thank you for rocking with me, y'all. It's been a bumpy one, but I promise I'm going to do better. I'm going to do better. So without further ado, y'all know what it is. Life is a masterpiece when you let a masterpiece. So until my next video, peace out, lovers.